getting him a part of it if you think he's the third best option.
Can't agree with you more that like he's in the wheelhouse.
I mean, Akhtimov is having a great year, but it's his first year in North America, and they want to develop him. They want him playing.
I see them trying to protect him.
And Matt Murray got hurt last game. Not sure if he knew that.
Fourth on the depth chart.
Akhtimov is, I think the same age as Hildeby, and he's got an 8-0-1 record, 8-1-8-4, and a 9-2-9.
But I guess he's just
level.
way more green. Like he just hasn't had. He played very limited games last year somewhere. He's never.
I'm not saying that they call him up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that
they're comparable.
They're comparable age, and he's having a way better season.
Yeah,
Akhtimov.
Yeah,
but they probably.
But I feel like you're also saying that he is a bit of a chip for them, right? Like a potential.
I don't see them. I don't see them trading him.
No,
but I think the Leafs will continue to get calls on their depth in net.
Well, they may be less interested in picking up that phone.
To your point, that I wouldn't have anybody as an untouchable if I get an offer I can't refuse. Like again, I'm trying to win a cup that we haven't seen here since '67.
Yeah.
So
the good news is Joseph Woll is awesome, and you do have Joseph Woll. He's been tremendous this year. 921. He was great last night.
And now you're, you thought you were worried about every shot going in before, like towards him.
Yeah.
Now it's like every time you watch a game with Joseph Woll in net, you're just, oh my God.
Another game.
And like, hey, I love Friedge. I love Gals. I love Cuthbert on the broadcast. Just chill with the e-bug talk. Oh my God. They're like, the e-bug. Let's do a vignette on the e-bug. I'm like, holy, I already cursed them enough. Just
why are you showing me
enough
this?
e-bug talk. Good Lord. It's like Woll's super durable. He's never been hurt ever. But let's definitely talk about the e-bug some more. God.
They were jinxing for it.
I think they want to see another one.
I'm a broken man. I'm a broken man. I can't have another e-bug in there. This time for the Leafs.
Anyways. Let's listen to some coach clips. We got Burby on Woll and Hildeby. Who would you like to go with first?
The clip about Woll in relief is good.
All
so
right,
let's do clip 4.
Well, it's important. I thought Wolsey did a real good job coming in. That's never easy.
Wolsey.
He made a couple big saves for us, one in the third, and later on in the third, he made a real good save. So he did a good job coming in, and it's important. And we're fortunate to have two guys that have played extremely well this year.
I would have gone Woller, but
extremely.
Woller?
Well.
Yeah, Woller.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's really good that they have Woll because he was
very good last night.
Very
Actually,
good.
there were some breakaways on him and
Another
2-on-1s.
Another hockey game where we said if they had someone else
Ilya.
named Samsonov in that,
poor guy.
He was like a 900 or something.
that's a loss.
Yeah.
That's a game.
They
in
won by
previous
one.
years
won
that
by
they
one
would
goal.
have once again found a way to lose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. He was very good. And it was, did we do the pack on Riley? Yeah, we did the pinches at the end of the first period.
That's the first time for me where I saw signs of old Leafs.
And someone else over here was text us that the 44-95 pairing didn't make you feel very comfortable.
I would say that where you have reached or the sort of point of the Leafs season, the annual time where the heat is rising on Morgan Riley.
Yeah.
Where the fan base is, I would say that he is the whipping boy at the moment. People have him in the crosshairs. It hasn't looked great. Him and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, whatever the opposite of chemistry is, that's what they have.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look good together. And people are on Riley.
The core four has always taken a lot of the heat for not rising. Or, when they play a bad team, they don't perform particularly well. But Riley looked maybe not as bared down at times last night. And the scary part is the rushes against, the misreads on pinches and stuff. I thought he had good offensive plays in the first little bit, and it's like he thought it was going to be a runaway. It was 2-0. He started sniffing around, and all of a sudden, that ends up being a much closer hockey game than we had hoped.
Mm-hmm.
And going into it, we kind of thought that might be a bit of a Leafs route, and they played fine. They're the better team.
Yeah.
They deserve to win,
Mm-hmm.
but, certainly could have gone the other way.
He had a helper last night, but the points aren't coming probably is, if he ends up with 40 points, is that a disappointment for you?
For sure. I think, he's paid handsomely. And I think his.
Doesn't help that he's off the power play.
No, for sure. And I think, if you saw it today at practice.
Oh, is he back?
Yes, sir. The Riley, Marner, Nylander, Matthews, Tavares is back together. If it didn't work 100 times, let's try it one more time. Maybe this
Nice got the boot.
Yeah, Nice went back down to the second.
Maybe he's pressing for a little bit more offense.
Out of Riley?
But
or just
is
get the power play better.
If you get caught, it's the only reason why you're up, right?
Yeah.
Just to help create and support and maybe get on the score sheet. Maybe that's what we saw a little bit last night from him.
Take Matthews off that unit. Killing it.
All right, let's go to Craig Berube. Did we do an overview of the game yet?
We did. I think we did. Didn't we? I can't remember.
No, I don't think we did.
No, I
Okay,
don't
we
think
did
we
not.
did.
We did not. Sorry, I was yelling about.
No, we went
Stolars. I
Clip
forgot.
one.
we went goaltending
Yeah, good one.
early.
Pretty good game. Really good third, I thought, with the lead. We gave up one chance in the third, but, we had lots of opportunities to score. We didn't put it in the net enough, but, I thought our game was pretty good.
I agree with him in the third
Yeah.
and they've been good this way, shutting down and getting great goaltending.
Best team in the NHL when leading
Yeah.
or when scoring first. I think they're 12-1.
Yeah.
They do well with the lead.
Overall, kind of stop and start kind of plays and sustaining. I didn't think they got out of. 2 days ago, he was talking about cleaner outs out of his own zone. I didn't see too many.
No, we were trying to stay positive on the
Clean.
broadcast, so we didn't show the couldn't make a damn pass pack that we were building. But
To beat it to a square in the offensive zone.
well, I just, I did.
I
the
thought
Ducks-
Anaheim moved the puck better
Yeah.
than the Leafs last night.
I did the Ducks game back-to-back nights, Wednesday, Thursday, and Ottawa made them look silly in the ozone, running the play up high, Stützle taking it up there and, zipping it about. And the Leafs definitely looked like the beef stew sort of team. They're just chunk it in, hope for the bounces, Patches tips a couple in, they survive. It's a playoff-style win.
Yeah, they kind of look the same against every team.
Yeah, that's true, which I think is okay.
Regardless of really good or really bad, they're just kind of in a close game in the third period and they kind of win.
They just keep
Really not the most thrilling brand of hockey.
I actually think they've been playing some of their worst hockey of the season at a time their schedule has been softest, which has been really nice. They've played,
But they would have blown leads to lesser teams.
but fortunately, they're playing lesser teams. Chicago, Nashville, Anaheim. Who'd they beat before Anaheim the other night? Someone else not great. God, my brain. Earlier this week? No one else? Whatever.
It's before Jersey.
They beat Jersey.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
It was Jersey. Jersey's good. Never
and they
mind.
got absolutely caved in by them and got saved by by Stolarz.
But, Chicago and Nashville. So, yes, the point is I think that their poor play has coincided with a soft schedule. They're getting wins. They need to figure it out because the schedule won't be soft forever. Although this weekend is pretty soft again.
No, we
Want to go to break?
No, we could talk about Patches for a little bit here before we go to break.
Okay, and then we'll do game.
Yeah,
time.
we'll do it after. It's fine.
All
A lot to
right,
talk.
Max Pacioretty. Before the game, we were talking about the Leafs and the inability, not just this season, but probably in the last 5, where so much focus is on secondary scoring, third and fourth lines not producing, but overall, just how tough it's been over them getting production out of the left side. Now they've got Matthew Nyes, and it looks like Matthew Nyes should be on the pace that he's at, probably around 40, 45 points, which, if you ask me, a guy that's played 109 games in his NHL career.
And 27 of those might be goals,
Right.
too.
And
Like he's
22 years old. It's not bad.
No.
But is it bad when you're trying to win a Stanley Cup on a contending team and you're it? And outside of Matthew Nyes, there hasn't been much over the last little while. And then now Max Pacioretty comes along, going in last night, just 2 goals, I think.
Yep.
Now provided 3 points last night, including 2 goals. And I don't know, newfound money here.
Yeah, I mean, he's a lot like Stolarz and Wolf for me.
Big time.
You
I
know,
was just gonna say the exact same.
where it's like I worry if you're going to go. They rolled them out 18 plus minutes last night. They're going to play X amount of times before Christmas. Can
Yeah.
he do it that much? Because he does look good. Like he, gritty hits, can shoot it in the net, has some offensive sense, tons to like. Can he do it?
The Toronto Maple Leafs may be taking a new approach to salary management, which could directly impact Mitch Marner's contract negotiations. During Kyle Dubas' tenure as general manager, the team didn't hesitate to spend heavily, and this trend began with a 6-year extension signed by Marner in 2019. At the time, Marner's $10.9 million annual cap hit set the market for superstar wingers, surpassing comparable players like Mikko Rantanen of the Colorado Avalanche, who signed a 6-year deal with a $9.25 million annual cap hit. Now, however, times seem to be changing. TSN's Pierre LeBrun recently reported that the Maple Leafs have implemented an internal salary cap, aiming to ensure no player earns more than captain Auston Matthews, who signed a 4-year extension worth $13.25 million per season in August 2023. The team's primary concern revolves around Marner's agent, Darren Ferris, who, according to LeBrun, might push for a percentage of the total salary cap instead of a fixed dollar amount. This could result in Marner's cap hit exceeding Matthews' $13.25 million, conflicting with the Leafs' new financial strategy. Ferris is known for driving negotiations to the limit, often taking his clients to free agency. This raises fears that discussions between Marner and the Leafs could drag on until July 1st, giving Marner and his camp all the leverage in negotiations. Another complicating factor is the rising market. LeBrun noted that Mikko Rantanen believes he could secure $14 million per season as a free agent. This sparks the question, could Marner demand even more? And would Ferris take that gamble, knowing the Leafs might opt to move on and sign another player? Marner has made it clear on multiple occasions that Toronto is where he wants to be. As a local player with deep ties to the city, he's expressed his desire to spend his entire career wearing the blue and white of the Leafs. However, staying with the team may require him to accept less than market value, especially if the front office remains committed to its new salary structure. Such a sacrifice could be vital for the team's collective success and to avoid financial issues that have plagued the recent past. While negotiations are still in the early stages, it's evident that Marner's future with the Leafs is at stake. Maple Leafs fans may need to prepare for the possibility of significant changes, but they can also trust in the player's commitment to the city and the franchise to find a compromise. The Maple Leafs' decision to implement an internal salary cap reflects a broader shift in their team-building philosophy. After years of prioritizing top-end talent with hefty contracts, the organization appears determined to strike a balance between superstar contracts and depth throughout the roster. This strategy aims to avoid the pitfalls of past seasons, where a lack of financial flexibility often left the team vulnerable in critical playoff moments. For Mitch Marner, this shift creates a unique challenge. On one hand, his value to the Leafs is undeniable. A consistent top scorer and elite playmaker, Marner has been instrumental in driving the team's offense. On the other hand, his ability to command a salary that rivals or exceeds Auston Matthews could put the Leafs in a difficult position, especially with a potential need to strengthen other areas of the roster. As the 2023-24 season progresses, the Leafs must weigh the potential consequences of sticking to their cap philosophy. Losing a homegrown talent like Marner would undoubtedly sting for fans and the organization alike. However, allowing one player to dictate financial terms beyond the team's structure could hinder long-term success and force painful sacrifices elsewhere. Adding to the complexity is the looming free agency of William Nylander. If the Leafs are to stick to their internal salary cap, they may also face challenges in retaining Nylander, who could command a significant raise. Balancing contracts for both Marner and Nylander within the new framework could prove to be the ultimate test for Toronto's management team. Another factor at play is the team's ultimate goal, winning the Stanley Cup. While star players like Marner and Matthews are crucial, history has shown that depth and balanced rosters often prevail in the postseason. If the Leafs fail to manage their finances effectively, they risk falling short of building a championship-caliber team, even with elite talent. For Marner, the decision to stay with the Leafs might come down to more than just dollars. His connection to the city, the fans, and his teammates could be deciding factors. If he prioritizes legacy and loyalty over maximizing earnings, there's a strong possibility that he'll work with the team to find a deal that benefits both parties. Negotiations will also test Darren Ferris, known for his hardline tactics in securing lucrative deals for his clients. While pushing for top dollar is expected, Ferris may need to weigh the risks of alienating the Leafs management and fanbase. A prolonged stalemate could damage Marner's relationship with the team and its supporters. The Leafs management, led by general manager Brad Treliving, faces a pivotal moment. Treliving's reputation as a negotiator and team builder will be on full display as he navigates this high-stakes scenario. Striking the right balance could solidify his tenure in Toronto, while a misstep might set the team back for years. For Maple Leafs fans, the coming months will be filled with anticipation and uncertainty. Marner's future, along with the team's ability to stay competitive under financial constraints, will likely dominate conversations as the season unfolds. Supporters can only hope that the team's new approach leads to greater playoff success and, ultimately, the elusive championship. In the end, the outcome of these negotiations could redefine the Maple Leafs' identity for years to come. Whether it results in retaining Marner or reshaping the roster, the team's commitment to an internal salary cap signals a clear focus on long-term sustainability. Fans will be watching closely, hoping for a resolution that keeps the team's core intact and their championship dreams alive. As the negotiations with Mitch Marner progress, another layer of complexity is added by the external competition in the NHL market. Teams with more cap space and fewer restrictions could easily present lucrative offers to Marner if he reaches free agency. The Leafs are not only negotiating with Marner but also indirectly competing with other franchises willing to outbid them for his services. One example of this is Mikko Rantanen, whose potential $14 million value on the open market highlights the growing demand for elite wingers. If Rantanen secures such a deal, it could set a precedent that Marner's camp would use as leverage. The Leafs, however, must remain disciplined, as breaking their internal salary cap for Marner could lead to similar demands from other key players down the line. The looming specter of free agency means the Leafs have a limited window to strike a deal. If negotiations drag on into the off-season, the leverage shifts heavily in favor of Marner and his agent. Darren Ferris, known for his strategic patience, could use this to push for maximum value, putting even greater pressure on the Leafs management to make a decision. This scenario also places significant pressure on head coach Sheldon Keefe. Managing a team amid ongoing contract uncertainty can disrupt chemistry and focus. Keefe will need to ensure that the team remains united and focused on their performance, even as the media and fans speculate about Marner's future. Meanwhile, the Leafs core group, including Auston Matthews, Morgan Rielly, and John Tavares, will likely play a role in influencing Marner's decision. The camaraderie among the players and their collective drive for a championship could persuade Marner to accept a deal that aligns with the team's financial structure. On the flip side, the Leafs could explore contingency plans if a deal with Marner doesn't materialize. Trading Marner would be a bold move, but it could bring significant assets in return, potentially bolstering the team in areas like defense or secondary scoring. This option, while unpopular with fans, might be necessary to maintain roster balance. The timing of these decisions is also critical. With the trade deadline months away, the Leafs must assess whether keeping Marner without an extension risks losing him for nothing in free agency. A preemptive trade could avoid this scenario, but it would also signal a significant shift in the team's short-term goals. Fan sentiment will undoubtedly influence the team's approach. Marner is not just an exceptional player, he's a fan favorite and a symbol of homegrown talent succeeding in Toronto. Losing him could lead to backlash, especially if the team struggles in the aftermath of his departure. The broader NHL landscape also plays a role. As other teams navigate their own salary cap challenges, the Leafs can learn from their successes and failures. Organizations like the Tampa Bay Lightning and Vegas Golden Knights have shown the value of balancing star power with depth, offering a potential blueprint for Toronto's future.